Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to find the distance between 2 points. So we have 2 points here. I'm going to solve 10 questions. Practice makes perfect. So we have 10 questions to exercise, to practice. I'm going to start with this one, point A here. Point A is 0 and 1. Point B is 3 and 5. And the distance between point A and B. This is the first question, so I'm just a little bit solving. I'm slowing down right now. So to find the distance, we are going to use Pythagoras theorem. So to find Pythagoras theorem, we need to know two sides because we know hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the distance that we need to find. So vertically, the difference, we are going to find the distance vertically, which is, if I name in the beginning, look at here, please. If I tell you here is x2 and y2, we have two coordinates, x and y coordinates. I'm naming right now, x1 and y1 right now. So to find the distance, I'm using y2 minus y1 to find the distance vertically. To find the distance horizontally, I'm just finding the difference between x coordinates, which is x2 minus x1. So remember, I'm going to apply hypotenuse or Pythagoras theorem. First of all, the difference between y coordinates is 5 minus 1, which is 4. So the distance between x coordinates, which is x2, is 3 minus 0, which is 3. So we apply, the longest side, which is hypotenuse. I'm going to write here x. So x squared equals 4 squared plus 3 squared. So it's going to be 25 here. X squared equals 25. X will be. Okay, example 2. We have 2 points again, point C and point D. Point C here, 0 and 7. Point D here, which is 3 and 11. I'm going to find the distance between these 2 points, and I'm going to name here as hypotenuse, and I'm going to apply Pythagoras theorem. So I need to find the distance between vertically and horizontally. So vertical distance, to find vertical distance, I need y2 minus y1. So the difference between y coordinates. So I'm going to name, at first, I have to say which is y1, which is y2, which is x1, which is x2. It doesn't matter, guys. You can start wherever you want. So I'm going to start here, x2 and y2. And here is going to be x1 and y1. So the distance between y coordinates is y2 minus y1, 11 minus 7. So the distance here is, remember guys, horizontal the distance is x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1 is 3 minus 0, which is 3. Here is going to be 4. So let's do the same thing. Here is the distance between points. You can say CD or whatever you say. It doesn't matter. I'm going to name here A. Let me say here the distance is A. Let me find A. A squared equals, I'm applying Pythagoras theorem. So 4 squared, this is vertical distance. 3 squared, this is horizontal distance. So totally A squared equals 25 again. A equals 5 again. Example 3. I don't have to draw again. I don't have to do the same thing. I'm just naming right now. We have 2 points. I'm telling you guys, I suggest you, let's name the coordinates. We have x1 and x1 and y1 here. A little bit, we're going to speed up. So here is x2 and y2. So finally, I'm going to find the distance between vertical and horizontal. So I need y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared equals the distance, EF. We can name the distance, the length of the distance between point E and F. So here's going to be EF squared. So y2 minus y1 is, y2 is 11 minus 5 squared plus x2 is 3 minus 4 squared. It's going to be, 3 minus 4. So EF squared EF squared, let's say, here is going to be. So here is 6 squared plus 1 squared. Negative 1 is, when you take the square of this number, it's going to be positive. So EF squared is, look at that, guys. EF squared is 37. So root 37 is the answer. The length of the distance between point A and B. EF. Yes, let's look at another example. We have point A and B. So again, I'm going to name right now. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So the distance between like y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared equals. You can name the length of the distance between A and B, point A and B. You can name A. So you are finding A squared right now because you are applying hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square equals the square one side plus the square another side. So we are applying Pythagoras theorem. Y2 minus y1 is, y2 is negative 5 minus y1 is 7 squared. So very carefully, we are just doing these calculations very carefully because we have negative signs there. So x2 is 6 minus 1 squared equals a squared. A squared equals, we have 12 squared is 144 plus 5 squared is 25. So look, I'm going up there. So we have 169 equals a squared. A equals 13. So the length or the distance between point A and B is 13. So question 5. Okay, example 5. I'm going to name again. Here is x1. Here is x2. Not x2. Well, be careful. This is y1. So here is x2. Here is y2. So y2 minus y5. Look, y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 is 6 minus look, x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1 is negative 6 square. So I'm going to use another parenthesis, another bracket. So equals, I told you the distance between point C and D is A. Let's name it A square. So A square equals 25 plus, here is going to be 12, 144 again. A square equals 169. So A is 13 again. Okay, question 6. Right now we have 2 points again. We are trying to find the distance between point A and B, A and F. So I'm naming right now the coordinates x1 and y1. Here is x2 and y2. The distance between y2 and y1 is 4 minus 7 squared plus the distance between x coordinates, which means horizontally, x2 minus x1, which is 3 minus 1 squared equals. So I name, guys, do not forget, you can name however you want. You can pick any letter. It doesn't matter. I'm picking A or B or C. Let me tell you A, the distance between point A and F is A, let's say. So A squared equals, here is going to be 9 plus here is going to be 4. So root 13 is the answer. Okay, question 7. I'm going to name right now x1 and y1. Here is going to be x2 and y2. So the distance between y coordinates is negative 5 minus 7 squared plus x2 is negative 3. X1 is 1. You are subtracting. Do not forget that. Equals a squared. So the distance A is, here A squared is, here is going to be 12, 144, plus here is going to be 4, which means 16. So totally you have 160 A squared. So A is 4 root 10. Okay, question 8 right now. We have point A and B. I'm naming here x1 and y1. Here x2 and y2. So I subtract, I'm finding the difference between the distance between y coordinates. So negative -5 minus 7 squared plus 6 minus 1 squared equals, and I told you again, and we use a lot. So the distance between point A and B, let's name A squared equals, here is going to be 144 again, plus is going to be 25 again. So A squared is 169. So the distance is 13. The distance between points. Okay, we have 2 points again. Let me name x1 and y1 here. So here is x2 and y2. So the distance between y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared equals the distance between these 2 points. Let's name A squared. So A squared equals, here is going to be -1 minus 7 squared plus, here is going to be -9 minus 3 squared. So A squared equals, here is going to be 8 squared, which means 64. Here is going to be -9, positive 3, -6 squared is 36. So 100 equals A squared. A is 10. So the distance between these 2 points is 10. Okay, last exercise. We have 2 points again. Let me name x1 and y1, x2 and y2 again. Here is y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared equals the distance squared. So here is going to be, we have -3 and +2. -1 squared is 1 plus 3 minus 1 is 1, squared is 1. So A squared equals 2. So A is √2. So the distance between these 2 points is √2. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe, and we need your support. So support us and subscribe our channel, please, and like.